Okay, so now we're going to look at the progression of the development of an individual egg. Okay, so we can see our primary follicles here, which form into our secondary follicles, and then finally you get mature follicles here. So we've got a progression from primary, there's development taking place, to finally they become mature, vascularized. Then ovulation takes place, so we're releasing the egg. Okay. The remaining part here, this becomes our corpus luteum, then finally the corpus albicans immediately after that. Okay, so that egg then goes on to be collected by the fimbriae. Okay. So the fimbriae is just the beginning finger-like projections here. The first region of this part is called the infundibulum. Okay. Then you have another region here, the ampulla. And finally the rest of this is the fallopian tube. And this is actually where fertilization would take place, is within the fallopian tube in the ampulla area here. Okay. So looking now at the uterus here, so we can see the top part. Okay, so this is the uterine fundus. Okay, we can see the layers of the uterus. So you have this inside layer here, the endometrium, the myometrium, and the parametrium on the outside. Your cervix would be here. You have an internal and an external cervical opening. Here's the fornix of your vagina. This would be the vagina itself. So once fertilization has taken place, so remember fertilization takes place down here, we start to get divisions that look something like this. Okay, so this is the oocyte before fertilization. Okay, so on this you have the zona pellucidea, which is this ring surrounding the oocyte itself. And then surrounding that is the corona radiata. So corona radiata, zona pellucidum, oocyte. We can see this one representing fertilization itself. There's the sperm reaching the egg. Then it starts to cleave or divide. Okay, so this one's representing the 8-cell stage. So there would be, you can see 4 divisions here. Of course, it's 3-dimensional, so there'd be some on the other side. Finally, you get to more and more divisions, so we're now at the blastocyst stage. We can see the development of the yolk sac here, and the amniotic cavity up here, which is separated by the bilaminar germ disc. Further development, so our yolk sac is still present here. Okay. We can see the development of these trophoblastic cells on the outside here. The embryonic disc, which is the structure here. The amnion right behind it. So now as we get more into the embryo here, you can see the umbilical cord is formed. The nasal plateau, the lens plateau, where the eye is eventually going to develop. You can see the early heart, liver, upper limb, the vertebrae here, the lower limb here. Okay, so we're looking here at kind of the development of the egg itself. The ovarian ligament is up here. This whole thing would be the ovary. You have the primordial follicles down here, which are going to grow into our primary follicles and our secondary follicles. The Graafian follicles, this big here. You can see your ovum developing down here. It's got the zona pellucidum and corona radiata in it. This large structure here is the corpus albicans and the corpus luteum here.